Como siempre, el Clubito, Next Sports y el grupo Megavisión les traen la mejor información y, por supuesto, los mejores invitados. Estamos en Como, Italia, y aquí Dennis Wise, el presidente del club, uno de los clubes quizá más importantes de la Serie B, ha venido creciendo en los últimos años, ascendiendo de categoría en categoría, y ha llegado una inversión importantísima que ha sido la de Cesc Fábregas, no solamente como jugador, sino también como inversionista, y por supuesto la de Thierry Henry y Karen. Este club tiene muchísimo de qué hablar y son muchas historias las que podemos contar.
Sí, historia que vemos también en nuestras pantallas semana a semana, jornada que vemos en nuestra pantalla Líderes en Deporte, rompiendo la tradición, llevando la Serie B a lo que sería toda nuestra audiencia. Pero arranquemos, Alejandro, porque el tiempo es valioso. De verdad que poder nosotros hoy estar compartiendo con el CEO, el presidente de este club, como que es una de las principales figuras que siempre vemos dentro de la Serie B.
Dennis, thank you very much for being with us. First of all, how's the thing here in Serie B? How's Como? How's the ambient and the situation you're living today?
Yeah, look, it's been a journey so far. We've had 2 promotions in 4 years. What happened was when the owners bought the club, they bought it in Serie D. So we've had quite a nice journey so far. Our ambition is trying to get to Serie A. It's as simple as that. You see the stadium is a little bit derelict, and it's something we need to address as well, and maybe put a lovely stadium here as well. So we're quite ambitious. Our aim is, as I say, to get up.
You're talking about the investors, you're talking about the owners. How it has been that journey since 2017 that the club was in 4th division till today, and with you coming with this situation, you were a player, former coach, and now CEO, president of the club.
Yeah, I knew the guy, Milan, very well, a long time ago. And when he bought the club, he wanted someone that could come and help. So I came, I sat with him, had a conversation. And at the time he'd bought a badge, basically, with a debt. So we had 1 year lease on the stadium. We had no training ground. We were leasing training ground. And we had a lot of loan players, and we never had an academy. So a lot of things had to change, and he felt I was the one that was capable of doing that. So we've had a lot of changes now. Increased the leasehold on the stadium. We're trying to get it to 99-year lease as well. So we bought a training ground. We've brought the academy back in-house. And now we have a lot of players that are our own players, which is something that we had to build. And we're gradually doing it. You know, we're quite ambitious in the way that we are. As you see that the players and the personnel, I think you're going to talk about Fabregas, who's come in to play here, and he's also part owner. So, yeah, it shows ambition really.
And now, talking about the football, what is the difference in Italy and Serie B?
I think this league at the moment is very tight regarding the teams. It's very close, and you know, we've been fortunate in some of the results that we've conceded goals at the end. I think in 5 games we've conceded a goal at the end, and instead of having 3 points, we've had 1. So it makes a difference if you can get a little bit of luck. I don't think there's a lot in between each team in Serie B, I've got to say. It's the level of the 2nd division, the Championship in the UK. So it's a high level, and there's some good teams in it as well.
How's having a guy like Cesc Fabregas playing in 2nd division in Italy and knowing he's also part of the owners of the club?
I think he's fantastic. You know, he's come here as long-term strategy in what he wants to do and what he wants to achieve. When I sat down with Cesc and I had a conversation and sold him the dream of what we were trying to achieve, he took it all on board and was excited to be very much part of it. He wanted to carry on playing. He wants to do his badges. He wants as much help as he can, and he wants to play an important part in his club, trying to get to the levels that we're all dreaming of, which is Serie A.
You're talking about the investments you want to do in stadium, in players, in going to Serie A. Let's talk a little bit about that, because if you talk about that, it means you have a plan of expansion that's going to be big and even bigger each year. How's that plan?
It's a gradual process. I think we've got a book like this that we've got to tick the boxes for the stadium. We're going through that process at the moment. That will take a little bit of time. We've got some people that are interested in actually funding it, but the family have come over in March and they're looking at it themselves. So which is great. So I've got to say, we're doing what we need to do at the moment regarding the stadium, but we know it's going to take a while. From an investment point of view into players, we've got a lot of players we've been able to get on the cheap, I would say. You know, we've done an extremely good deal with Patrick Cotoni, who I think Wolves paid 18 million for to Milan. He's only 24. We've got him. We end up getting him for nothing, but there's a sell-on involved in it. So I think we've done some really good deals on recruitment, and I think that was important for us to try and achieve that. We're not here to spend loads and loads of money. We are structured as a club, and we have a certain level of money that we can spend. We really try to stick within that.
You know, we're from Latin America, so we need to ask this. Do you see the market in Latin America as a special market for you, not only for fans, but maybe players?
I think it depends on passports, doesn't it, at the end of the day? You know, if they've got the right passport, Portuguese passport or Spanish passport, then they have a possibility of coming here. If they haven't, then obviously it's very difficult. So there's a lot that relies on that. So, and if there's players out there, you know, we've took many players from different places, and it's no problem for us to take someone from that area as well.
In these aims, how about the players in Central America, North or South, can go to emigrate the Hero League?
I think it boils down to passports and clearances. So that's something we look at when there's a player. We have to delve quite deeply into the background of that player and understand a little bit about him, where he's from, and how he's kind of what country he's been to, or the family as well. So they're the kind of things you have to look into. Sometimes it's impossible to do and it's difficult to do. Sometimes it's okay to do. So it's just really looking into the background of the player.
In your experience when you was a player, they have a difference now in the football?
Yes, I think the level's always going up. I think you've got a lot more. I think the clubs have a lot more technology than we did in the time when I played. So therefore, gives a lot of information to the players nowadays, whereas in the time that I played, there wasn't so much information. You actually work it out when you played. But you get so much now from a fitness point of view, from coaching, from tactics, from different kind of elements in the game, which is it's made it quicker, it's made it better, you know. And I think there's a lot of situations where the referees have changed and the circumstances have changed regarding tackling, regarding VAR. So there's elements that have really changed over the years that I think have benefited the players, and I think brought the level up to a different level, you know.
And you consider that the sport marketing is very important in this moment?
Of course, yes, of course, very important.
President, thank you very much for your
Pleasure.
invitation.
Yes.